Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go.
Guys, in this podcast, I'm going to be talking about why just eating the right foods is not the main thing that's going to help you drop your next 50 pounds. Even if you just want to drop 30 or 40, that's totally fine too, okay? What's going to matter the most is your systems, okay? What I've noticed is this. I see a lot of people who start these different weight loss programs, fitness programs, different weight loss diets, the generic meal plans, the chicken and broccoli diet. But when they start these things, they can't seem to stick with it. You know, they start and then it's like something happens in their life and they fall off, you know, or they can't sustain the workout plan because it has them working out 5, 6, 7 days a week, but they only have 3 or 4 days a week to work out. And so they end up falling off, feeling discouraged, feeling disappointed. And so that's not a willpower issue. That's not a you issue. That's a systems issue. Okay. So it wasn't you that was the problem. It was the plan. Okay. And so here's the thing. If you're doing these different generic meal plans, doing the detox plans, what else do I see people doing? If you just think that you just got to eat the healthiest food because you see me posting on Instagram and Facebook, eat these foods to lose that big ass stomach, or eat these proteins, eat these vegetables, eat these fruits. That's cool, y'all. But listen, that ain't the only thing that's gonna make it work. You have to have a system, meaning structure, okay? And so this is what I want to share with you a story actually before I dive into it. Let me give an example about what I mean by systems, because systems are ever changing because our lifestyle is always changing, right? And so I did bodybuilding a couple of years ago. Yeah, your boy was on stage, ripped up, cut up, you know what I'm saying? And I got more ripped than I had ever been in my life. But my coach had me eating, I think it was like 6, 7 meals a day. You know, I'm like, man, I'm in the kitchen all day. You know, I couldn't drink no alcohol. I only had one time a week where I could eat. At the time, I was doing Five Guys. One time a week. That was my cheat meal, y'all. That was my cheat day. Five Guys with a Coke on the side, with some French fries, and a double cheeseburger. That was me, okay? And I noticed when I would want to go out with my friends, when I want to go on a date or whatever it was, I couldn't just truly enjoy myself because of the structure that my coach gave me while I was doing bodybuilding. And so after I stopped doing bodybuilding, I was like, man, I'm tired of eating all the time. I can't be eating all this damn food. You know, I'm in the kitchen all day, meal prepping. And so instead of me doing that, eating all the meals, I shifted my systems to doing fasting because I wanted to kind of let my gut relax. I was like, man, I'm eating every other hour. And so that's what made me start fasting. I started eating 2, sometimes even just 1 meal a day. And I did that for a couple of months. Then after a while of doing, fasting, I found myself sometimes I wouldn't want to eat in the morning, but other days I did want to eat. Other days I was like, man, I'm hungry as hell. I don't want to work out on no empty stomach today. I'm going to pass out if I do that. And so I stopped doing fasting because it didn't support my lifestyle. And what happens to most people is they'll do these things and then they'll fall off and feel disappointed. And they think it's them. It's not you, okay? And so I stopped doing fasting, and what I shifted to doing was more of a flexible nutrition style of eating, okay? Meaning certain days, let's say during the week, I ate clean, 3 meals a day, 2 snacks. Then on the weekends, I know I'm enjoying myself. I might hit up Nobu. I might go to Hobnob. I might go to Velvet Taco or something like that. Eating good, you know what I'm saying? And so with those meals being much bigger, because most times on the weekends we tend to eat bigger meals anyway. We're enjoying ourselves. And so you don't need to eat as many meals. And so I cut down the amount of meals that I was eating on the weekend, right? But I was eating bigger meals. You see what I'm saying? That's a system, guys. That's not just eating healthy food. Most folks, they like, how in the world can you do that? And how can you look like this, but you eating burgers? You eating Waffle House? You eating tacos? How is that possible? It's not the foods, it's the systems. And so I have structure, all right? This is the pitfall that most folks fall into because they're just thinking they need a generic meal plan, or they just need to go on social media and YouTube and Instagram and just find the perfect foods to eat. That's not gonna cut it, guys. You can still be overweight. You can still have health issues. You know what I'm saying? And not accomplish your health and weight goals because you don't have structure with your lifestyle. And I'm gonna be honest, some people might think I might sound like an asshole when I say this, or an elitist, but if you have a very demanding career and you have a lot of responsibilities at home, you don't live the same life as the average person. Okay? You just don't. You don't just have the traditional 9 to 5 where you show up and then you get off and then it's done. No, you going the extra mile. And sometimes it's an ambition thing. It's a character trait where even if you do have a 9 to 5, like you're pushing yourself. You're not just trying to get through the day. Like you're trying to excel in your career. You're trying to show your family and like provide for your family and be there. Enjoy life with them. You know what I'm saying? So that requires a different level of like output, a different level of energy, a different level of drive versus just lazy ass people who just like show up to their job and they just there to get a paycheck. You don't live that life. And so their lifestyle is going to be completely different than yours. Your eating habits have to be completely different than theirs. Okay? Meaning certain times throughout your entire day, by having that high demand of like just output for work, you have to eat certain types of, not only the foods, but certain portions, okay, of food. You also have to have a certain frequency and cadence in which you eat meals and put things into your body like foods and snacks. Not only to lose weight, but also to have more energy, not feel having brain fog, mental fatigue, not your blood sugar dropping so much to the point where you feel irritable and angry. These are the types of things that happen to high-performing professionals when they don't have the right systems with their eating habits. It can't just be the foods, okay? Systems are things like meal frequency throughout the day. Systems are things like meal portion. How much are you eating, okay? Systems are also meal timing, okay? Meal timing. A lot of people say, and this is like the generic way of eating, right? You can't eat like this. A lot of people, they see these trends on social media and they be like, oh, I gotta stop eating after 7 or 8 p.m. Well, what if you're a high achiever and you still getting to the bag and it's 7, 8 at night? You telling me you just go starve throughout the rest of the night when you still gotta be grinding and working? Hell no. You go eat you some food, but you gotta eat the right type of food that's gonna give you energy. Not just physical energy, but mental energy. You see what I'm saying? This is how you're able to excel in your career without sacrificing your health and your appearance. Like what's gonna happen if you keep on keeping on the way you've been doing if you know your weight getting out of control? If you know your health is getting out of hand, your doc already telling you you're pre-diabetic or you're going up on high blood pressure meds. Guys, you can't outwork high blood pressure. You see high achievers all the time. What's old boy named Kevin Samuels? I used to see him on, and rest in peace to him. He used to be up late at night drinking Red Bull. And he had a history of high blood pressure. And he ended up having a heart attack. These are the types of things that happen when you don't make your health a priority. If you want to live, if you go be in this high achieving lifestyle, you got to have a high achieving body. You got to have the vehicle that's going to allow for you to excel in your career and with your family. Otherwise, you're going to notice that you feel like you got kind of like some wasted potential. You feel like it's going to always be like another level, another gear, but you can't get to it because you don't have the energy. You can't get to it because you got brain fog. So you got to kick back and relax for a minute. Or you can't get to it because maybe your body doesn't allow for you to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish because you don't feel as confident as you feel like you should be. when you're networking, when you're putting on certain clothes, your clothes don't fit the way you want them to. These things are important, man. It's not the foods. Foods are important. It does have a place. You can't just be eating junk food every day. That should go without saying. But I'm not the weight loss coach that's just gonna be giving y'all, hey, eat these foods. That's cool. But if you really want to lose weight and excel in your career and with your family, you gotta have systems in your life. All right, systems for when you do throughout the week when you're working, systems for the weekend when you're relaxing a little bit more, systems even when you're traveling. How are you gonna eat when you're traveling? And in a way where when you come back from that vacation, you got energy. You can get right back to it without feeling like, oh man, I gotta take a vacation from a vacation. That's no good. That means your systems ain't on point. All right. But anyway, once you get these things, this is how you not only lose weight, but you can keep it off, but have energy and have good focus within your career and still have energy and focus to be able to, give time to the people that you love and care about. Okay. Hopefully y'all found this helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a review. If you rock with me on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a review. Okay. I highly appreciate it. Okay. Other than that, we out of here. Let's get it.
Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable, and if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information, and I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.